Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another webisode of my story. I'm telling my life story in 15-minute webisode form. So welcome to another webisode of my story. So I was talking about my story and how my daughter started kindergarten and she had to move to another place. The one good thing about that was now that she was in a school district where I was staying at all the time, she could ride the bus. There was no bus that she could ride before. I had to pick her up and take her. So that kind of freed up some time for me. But I didn't mind taking her and picking her up. You know, my kids were my job back then, and I took it seriously, and I loved my kids. But with that being said, I mean, this webisode may be a confessions webisode. A webisode about confessions, because I'm not perfect. I don't want people to think that I'm perfect. This is my testimony. It's my life testimony, and my story is how I got to where I am now. And, you know, the good, bad, and ugly, it was all a part of it, so I don't want to leave parts out. Okay, so let's see. My daughter was in kindergarten, and like I said, I blamed, looking back on myself now, I was just so steeped in the victim mentality. I think one thing that I will preach to people is do not get in that victim mentality. It is not happy there. It's like the place of misery, really. It really is. I know from experience, but yes, I was so steeped in the victim mentality, and instead of standing up and explaining to the school the situation and making it a way for my daughter to stay in the same school like I should have, I blamed one of my good friends and just kind of pushed her out of my life. Now, at the same time, I would run once a month, I would run a trip to out of state and then back in state, and I would exchange flowers for money. And so I was making a good amount of money, and with that money, I was buying lawyers and I was buying food. Lots of food for my kids. Any kind of food that they would desire, I would get them. But, yeah, I really didn't need to work, so I didn't want to work, and so I didn't work. And I had friends from back home, and they were not the best influences, and I started hanging out with people that maybe I shouldn't necessarily hang out with. People doing drugs and you know, addictions. I have a lot of addictions. I guess I have an addictive personality, but I try not to let any addiction get in the way of my parenting or anything like that. But sometimes you try and it doesn't matter, right? One of my big addictions was video gaming, and back then I would spend all night on a video game at times. I would lose sleep to do my video game missions. So I was really addicted to video gaming, and I had friends and I had way too much money, and you know, these were friends that I looked up to. Whenever I was in high school, they're friends that they were a couple years older than me. And one of the boys, he was just a gorgeous boy, and he had a gorgeous girlfriend, and they were the cool kids, and you know, they didn't give me the time of day. I was a little kid, and now they want to hang out with me, and it's my money. They want to hang out with me because of my money, and because a lot of the cool kids in high school, they peak in high school. That's their peak, and to me, it's sad to peak in high school, but every soul has their path to walk. But anyway, I And remember, I am not a Christian at all. I don't like Christianity, but I do love love. The Four Agreements, that was a book that I read during this time. But anyway, okay, so yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And this friend group, they loved the crystals, I guess I could say. It's not a drug of my choice. I don't really like it, but I like to fit in. And during this time in my life, I did kind of go a little bit too much with that stuff. It was the only time in my life that I did really well. No, there was another time that's going to come up. But yeah, at this time in my life, I had put, because it was just, I basically had kicked my dad out of his house because he got upset about the lights being on, and I told him I'll pay the electric bill, and he said fine, you can pay it all. And I just took over his bills, and I was watching my daughters, and it was just us in the house, you know. I mean, yeah, I had friends and stuff, but I brought in a big giant king size bed in the living room, and I hooked up a gaming system, and just the girls would sleep on the bed, and they would go and eat snacks and bring it onto the bed and eat snacks. You know, they were, gosh, 2, 3, and 5, because yeah, well, yeah, my oldest was gonna be 6 soon. So yeah, 3, 4, and 6. So yeah, and I remember that my husband Dave got to come home for leave, and his leave was right around Christmas time. So I was really excited for that. And the way that leave works, you can actually take leave anywhere. You know, you can choose anywhere. You don't have to go back to where you were living, like because we were living in a different state, and now we moved to a different state. So basically, I just had to go pick him up at an airport. So I went to pick Dave up at an airport, and it was really cool. And again, I hadn't heard anything from Zach. Like, in my mind, it's not a big deal. We're moving on. Like, Zach doesn't even want visitation no more. He hasn't called me. He hasn't tried to see me. He hasn't asked for the kids at all. So everything should be chill, right? Well, meanwhile, Zach was telling everybody in our hometown, well, in his hometown, that I won't let him see the kids. I'm keeping the kids from him. Yeah, he was building a parental alienation case that I wasn't aware of. But anyway, Christmas time, Dave got to come home, and we gave the girls a really good Christmas. It was a lot of fun, I thought. And I wanted to go out with Dave and just, you know, go out, have a couple drinks. I love to dance. A lot of people don't love to dance. Like, they're shy to get on the dance floor. Especially whenever I have a couple drinks in me, I love to dance. And down here, or in the South, in the southern United States, it's like people don't really like to dance. They prefer to karaoke or something. But anyway, I was dancing just all over him, and they just thought that it was awful. But, like, my man, let me rewind just a little bit, okay? I wanted to go out, but here in our down home country place where we live, there isn't, like, it's not like a big city where you can, like, go out to a club or anything. So, and it's like a dry county. I don't know if y'all know what a dry county is, but literally there's, like, certain counties where you're not allowed to serve booze, or you're not allowed to sell beer and liquor at a store. So anyway, you can sell it at restaurants and, like, this type of facility. And this type of facility was a veterans is a VA. So it's for veterans. Veterans are people who served in the military, and I mean, I guess there's two types of veterans. There's veterans that have gone to war, and then there's veterans that have not gone to war. But to me, like, the real veterans are the ones that have gone to war. I'm not saying that others aren't real veterans, though. They are. They served. So, but anyway, so this is a veterans place, and people go there and they do karaoke and stuff. But I just wanted to dance, and people were just offended by me dancing on him. But he's like my husband, and he's at war, and he's going to be going back soon. This is my only 2 weeks with him, so, and he was like, whatever, and then he said a cuss word. He said the F word. And like, it rhymes with buck, but it starts with F, and they were so offended. They were like, I cannot believe you. And then I was like, he is about to go back to war, guys, and you are a veteran's place. It was so crazy. But yeah, I obviously had too much to drink because I was getting feisty. I'm not a fighter unless I have too much to drink, and I will get feisty. And so, of course, Dave wanted to leave at that point, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you should not leave. I mean, if anyone's a veteran, you're a veteran, and, you know, like, it's all about you, and you should definitely not leave. And, but he was like, we gotta go, and it was late anyway, so we headed out. But yeah, I just thought that it was so ridiculous that a veterans establishment, like, won't let a veteran who's about to go back into war, you know, just kind of enjoy himself, enjoy his night, and be at ease. I don't know, but it was all good. It was all chill. I loved that time with him. It's still one of my favorite times that we had together. It was really cool because, I don't know, it's like you're home from war and you're gonna go back to war, and it's just warm and intimate and happy, you know. We ordered pizzas and just snuggled and cuddled and talked about what's going on, you know. My oldest daughter was in school and she was doing great because my kids are geniuses. But yeah, so then Dave had to go back, though. He had to go back, and that was sad, and it's difficult to deal with. And some new people moved in next door. My neighbor had, you know, he had an extra bedroom in his trailer, and so he was gonna invite people to stay with him, and it was a couple, and they had a little toddler, and they had twin babies that were in the hospital because they were so little. So it was exciting. Their babies were going to get out of the hospital soon, and I loved babies, and I wanted to be there for them and to help them through it. And I was excited to have a new friend. I was excited that new people moved in next door. So that's where we'll pick up next time. I do think that I kind of brushed over my bad side, my bad stuff, but I don't know. I'm not perfect, you guys. I didn't do everything perfect. And I don't think that I would change it. I'm happy that I went through it, and I'm happy for the lessons that I learned. I think Dave coming home in the middle like he did was a saving grace, because Dave never liked that stuff. But anyway, we'll see where it goes from here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. As always, be blessed with love. That's all. Wait a minute. No, that's not all she got. She got a little bit to say just here at the end, so hold on, folks. I just want to say really, really quick, I've got an exciting opportunity to share with you. As a student and a content creator, I pour my heart and my soul into each and every video. And I absolutely love bringing you all along on my crazy adventures. But you know, creating quality content requires a lot of time, effort, and resources. But that's where you can come in. If you enjoy my videos and want to share your support, I've set up a few ways for you to contribute and become an even more integral part of the Mystic Hillbilly community. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me to continue doing what I love most. First of all, I have a few donation options available to you. If you'd like to make a one-time contribution, you can find the links to my Cashapp, Venmo, and PayPal in the video descriptions. And every single donation, no matter how big or small, truly makes a difference and allows me to create even more exciting content for you all. But wait, there's more. I'm thrilled to introduce to you my Patreon membership, where for only $5.55 a month, you can gain access to exclusive behind-the-scenes content and outtakes from all my videos. As a Patreon supporter, you'll get to see all the edits and behind-the-scenes bloopers that didn't make it in the final cut. It's like having a VIP pass to the Mystic Hillbilly editing room. This is really something special for all my haters out there. As a member, you'll gain access to hours of footage of me making mistakes, doing everything wrong, and just having an all-around hilarious time. So, haters, if you ever want to see me in my most human, this is your golden opportunity. So, whether you choose to become a member or make a donation, know that your support is deeply appreciated. I genuinely thank each and every one of you for being a part of this amazing journey with me. Your positive energy and contributions mean everything to me. Before I go, I just want to take a moment to say that I pray that every blessing sent my way is multiplied and returned to the sender tenfold. May success find their way into your lives as you've brought them into mine. Thank you all so much for your support, and until next time, stay adventurous, stay curious, and always remember to keep the mystic in you alive. And now, that's all she got.